On June 12, 1987, Ronald Reagan gave a historic speech in front of the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin. He challenged the leadership of the Soviet Union, pushing them to continue liberalizing and moving away from their traditionally authoritarian stances.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Today, we'll look at exactly what happened leading us to this speech and why the speech was so significant in the grand scheme of the Cold War. After World War II, Germany was divided into two countries, East and West, with the Soviet Union controlling the eastern part and the British, French, and Americans controlling the western part. The capital city of Berlin was also divided into the same four sectors. While the British, French, and American sectors would become reunified under the flag of West Germany, East Germany remained separate. In 1961, the East German government, with Soviet support, built a wall that separated East and West Berlin. Now, unlike many walls, the Berlin Wall was not so much to keep people out, but it was to keep people in. The Berlin Wall became a symbol of the Cold War and the Iron Curtain that separated Eastern and Western Europe. The wall was strictly guarded, and those who attempted to cross it did so at great personal risk. Fast forward to 1987, when Ronald Reagan traveled to Berlin to commemorate the 750th anniversary of the city's founding. He gave a speech at the Brandenburg Gate, which was located on the western side of the Berlin Wall. In the speech, Reagan talked about the importance of freedom and democracy and the need to end the Cold War, as well as his hope that the USSR, the Soviet Union, would continue to liberalize and move away from its more traditional authoritarian communist rule. He also addressed Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev directly, urging him to take down the Berlin Wall and end the division between East and West Germany.
If you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
While the speech was well received by onlookers, some in Reagan's own administration feared the tone of the speech was too harsh and confrontational. Still, the speech became one of Reagan's most famous, as well as becoming a rallying cry for Germans seeking reunification. Reagan's speech was a turning point in the Cold War. It demonstrated the United States' commitment to freedom and democracy and gave Reagan the opportunity to take a firm stance against communism in Germany, which had become a symbol of the division between the East and West in Europe. 2 years after the speech, in 1989, the Berlin Wall finally came down and Germany was reunited. While Reagan's speech didn't directly cause the fall of the Berlin Wall and the reunification of Germany, Reagan had played a major role in applying pressure to the Soviet Union. Just 2 years after the fall of the Berlin Wall, the Soviet Union itself collapsed, which is generally regarded as the end of the Cold War.